Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Lawrence. I'm going to kind of walk us through the project for the week that the district has provided. If you have not received your packet yet, it should be in the mail. Hopefully you'll get it either later today or tomorrow. But I've also included it online. I've posted it in Google Classroom in the form of a Google Slides. So you can go there and you can type in your responses. I put text boxes. It'll say type here or answer here. You can just delete what's written there and you can type your answer there. The most important thing is that you're staying engaged with the work that we're providing to you, because this is going to count for your quarter 4 grade. So we want to make sure that you're staying as engaged as possible so you can get a passing grade. So you move on to the next math class or whatever class it is next year, and so you stay on track to graduate on time. So if you hear some background noise, my family's all here, so they you might hear some water running or dishes or things of that nature. Just try to ignore those as best as possible as we go through this. So the project that they have given us it's called Water Project, and there's different parts. So I'm not gonna go through the entire thing with you in this session. I'll do another video that kind of breaks down each task. But first thing that they ask you to do is to design your water park. So they say you need, first off, it says you need to have a large sheet of graph paper. So most of you probably do not have graph paper at home. If you looked online in Google Classroom, I had put in the Google slide that because you do need graph paper, if you look in the packet that they send out to you, there is a coordinate grid. It's under the geometry projects for transformations. You don't need to do the transformation project because you're not taking geometry class right now, but you can still utilize that coordinate grid as your graph. So that's what I did, because I didn't have any graph paper here, so I just used that coordinate grid. And so things that you then need to do is you need to take all of these items that are listed here and we need to put them on your graph. So I went ahead and I already did that. I used different symbols for each of mine and I kind of laid out where they were pointed, and mine kind of looks like this. Yours does not need to look like this, but I just did that. So it was just a matter of putting the things on different parts. It also said that we needed to draw the remaining part of the attraction around the entrance using a creative fashion. At this point in time, if you want to go back and go do all of that, by all means go ahead. I am not going to require that. I'm not going to look for that in the engagement. I think that's just a little too much for right now, as long as you've got those points plotted. So I've plotted my points. So this was task 1, was plotting the points. So task 1 was plotting your points. Task 2 is naming your coordinates, and that is on this page here. So it says, after planning out the layout and design of each water park attraction, you must identify the location by using ordered pairs. Use your entrance points as the attraction's identifiable location and fill in the chart accordingly. So this is where we're going to put our ordered pairs. Remember, for our ordered pairs, we have our X and then our Y value. So when we find those ordered pairs, remember we have to go left or right first, depending on where that, from the middle, from 0, 0, and then we move up and down to get to that point. So for the first one, so help center. So I have here on my grid, this here is my help center. So this was the help center I said. So for help center, if this point here, my middle of my graph, that's 0, 0, I need to figure out what is the ordered pair. So to find the ordered pair, again, remember always go left or right first. So it's over here, so I need to move to the left, so I'm going to go count negative. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8. So my X value for my help center is going to be -8. And then I need to find the Y value. So I'm here at -8. Now we're going to go up or down. So I need to go up, which means they're going to be positive. So +1, +2, +3. So here on my ordered pair, it's going to be +3. And so you're going to need to do that for all of the ordered pairs. Notice here for water slide 1, 2, and 3, here it said in our directions, it says 3 different water slides, use your imagination. So those can just be, call them whatever you want, water slide 1, 2, and 3, whatever it is. So you're going to need to find wherever you plotted them on that coordinate grid, find those ordered pairs. So that's task 2. So this was task 2 since it kind of got shifted. So that was task 2. Not so bad, just finding ordered pairs. You all are able to do that. If you get stuck still after watching this, please feel free to reach out and contact me. One other thing we can also look at today is I'll look at the bottom, it says task 3 is calculating the slope. So on the next page, if I can get to the next page, on the next page, it has us, after identifying each attraction's location with the ordered pairs, you are now ready to calculate the slope between attractions using the slope formula. We did not do a lot of slope formula in class this year because it's really more of along lines of an 8th grade skill. But to find slope, remember it's the change in the y values over the change in x values. Remember that, rise over run. So we're finding the slope between 2 of our points. It says use a red pencil and a ruler. Listen, whatever you got on hand. If you don't have a red pencil, don't worry about it. Just use a pencil, something, a marker, whatever it is, and a ruler. Mark the direct path to and from the locations mentioned below. Calculate the slope of the line that is formed. All right, so let's look at, I'm going to look at toddler area to concessions. So I'm going to go back to my coordinate grid here. So it says toddler area to concessions. So my toddler area is here. Here's my toddler area, and it says concessions. So concessions down here. So here was the concessions. So I'm going to take a ruler because I want precision, and I'm going to take this pen and I'm going to make a line that connects my 2 points. So here, see, I don't have a red pen. I'm using an orange pen was what I found in my drawer. So I'm connecting those 2 points, and I'm going to find the slope of this line. I'm going to find the slope of this line. So for mine, the toddler area was located at 5 comma negative 3. That was my toddler area. And then my concession was located here, and my concessions I have are at 10 comma negative 9. 10 comma negative 9. So I'm going to find the slope of this line. So I'm going to find that rise over run. They give us the slope formula. We can use that. You could also just calculate the slope by counting and finding the rise over run. Meaning, if I look at how much do I have to rise between these two. So what is that vertical distance between the two? So the vertical distance is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from this point, okay, dash line here, there's a difference of 6. And then I'm going to look at the horizontal distance, that run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can see my slope is 6 over 5. So, and then I notice my line, it's coming downhill. So if I'm having downhill, it's a negative slope. So it's a negative 6 over 5. So if I calculate this, I should get a negative 6 over 5 if I use the formula. So again, you could count like I just showed you, do that way to find the slope, or use this change in y over change in x. So remember, these are my x, that's my y, x, y. So I'm going to take, negative 9 minus negative 3, and then I'm going to take 10 minus 5. So 10 minus 5. So negative 9 minus negative 3. So when I am doing subtraction with integers, you could use your calculator if you have a calculator. I also included that PDF how to download your calculator to a computer if you're able to. But if I have negative 9, I'm subtracting negative 3. Remember these two things. This is going to change to addition, so I'm going to make this come addition, and then this changes to the opposite side. So I have negative 9 plus a positive 3, that's negative 6, what we have up here. I don't know why this makes an equal sign. screw that up. There we go. And then 10 minus 5, 10 minus 5 is that. So notice we got negative 6 over 5, same thing that I had over here. Oop, you can't see it. There it is. Negative 6 over 5, same thing we calculated when we came over here and we just counted the rise over run. So you're gonna have to do that for the rest of the points. You can use the formula like so. So you've already got the ordered pairs. That was task 2. So task 2 is finding the ordered pairs. So once you've done that, you have all of the ordered pairs for all of these different areas, whatever you put them. So you can just use those ordered pairs and calculate this way. Or if you're more visual and you want to count the rise over run, you can do it this way, just like I did. Find that vertical distance between the 2 points and then find the horizontal distance. This was just negative 6 over 5. Now looking at my points, some of mine, depending on where they are, if I'm going from here to here, it's going to be, ooh, you can't even see. Let's go from, oh, here it is, down here, this little heart, up to this triangle. That's going to be a lot. Those are going to be different, bigger numbers, just because there's a big difference between those. But again, you can count, you can use the formula either way. So again, task 1 is just taking your graph paper and plotting the points. If you're going to do this digitally online in the Google Slides, you could create shapes and you could put it right on the slide that has the coordinate grid, and you can do it that way if you want to. So you could put different shapes to find the points. You can use that. And again, on the Google slide, you can just type in, I put little text boxes along the way, so you could type them in. And then same thing here. You can, not that you're gonna be able to do all this work in the Google slide, but you can do it on a separate sheet of paper and then type your slope in that way. I will then be able to see it immediately if you, because I made a copy for each of you. So I will be able to see it. Just make sure you hit the share at the top, and then I can give you feedback. So that's all I was going to cover today was task 1. Task 1, again, coordinates, plot them wherever you feel fit. Again, there's no rhyme or reason here, wherever you want. Task 2, the ordered pairs, find the ordered pairs for each. And then task 3, this was task 3. It kind of, they did not, I got shifted a little bit. This is task 3, find the slope from the different points. So like help center, gift shop, this, that, and the other. So find all of those slopes. I'll do another video that tackles task 4, which is calculating midpoint. Midpoint is not something we talked about this year. So I will share with you that video. I might film it this afternoon and I will upload it to Google Classroom, but to find the midpoint for the different points, okay? So I hope you're all doing well, you're staying safe. If you have any questions or concerns or not sure what's going on, please reach out to me. You can send me an email. I will be available to answer emails today while I'm sitting down and doing some kindergarten work and 2nd grade work with my kiddos this afternoon. So please feel free to send me an email. I will get back to you. Take care. See you soon. Bye.